everyone, this is Maddie and
Madison
from Spectrum Art, and we are here to share these adorable little bird embellishments. These were actually Madison's idea, and you can make them with minimal supplies, things like paper, a marker, maybe a couple of punches, and some glue. But they turned out absolutely adorable. Hopefully I have the right kind of light. Let me make sure I bring in some light. There we go. Just to kind of show you a few. And these are two of Madison's favorite colors. So I kind of started with this one because Madison loves green and black. What are your two favorite colors? Well, teal is your favorite color now, right? But what's your second favorite colors?
green and black.
Green and black, right? And so I'll kind of go through these real quick so you guys can kind of see. They're all pretty similar, but somewhat different. And the idea, the way that we do this and why I wanted to share this with you is to show you that, you know, these are really adorable. You know, you don't need to have a lot of expensive items to go ahead and craft and make these, but also to show your process and our way of thinking. So the way that we make these is, the way that we start is, in case you guys don't know, Madison is actually the designer. So she comes up with the idea, right, Madison?
Of course.
And she comes up with the colors, and basically what we do is, I'll show you, in a folder, we kind of gather together, you know, the colors. She'll tell me black and green, and we'll kind of go through our scraps and through also, you know, regular pads, and we'll gather up anything that we think is going to look really well together. Once we do that, then we start punching away and we get an idea for what it is that we want to punch. Now, for these, I'll share with you. We went ahead and to do the bird, we used this Sizzix die, and I'm sure a lot of you might have this one. But if not, I'll give you some ideas on how you can go about making them as well without having to have these. And you know, we keep them in a little bag. And yes, I am gonna actually change my storage system, because one of the reasons why I wanted to do this too is because we don't use all the supplies that we have, and that's because we tend to forget. So I'm gonna be changing, and I'll share that with you guys in the upcoming weeks. Anything that we punch out that's extra while we're at it, while we have the stuff out, I go ahead and kind of put in a baggie and put it in here. So in case we need it, or in case the next time we go to use it, we can always find it. But that's the one that we use, this bird right here. And it comes in two parts. It's the little bird, and then the wing is separate, okay? So to do this one, we went ahead and used the die, of course, and I showed you the paper collection that we actually made ourselves. You know, we kind of just picked the colors that kind of went well together. And to do the borders on the outside, I just went ahead and used the, let me make sure I'm holding it right, the micro line. And then to do the eye and the beak, we just used plain old permanent marker. And then these are a little bit different. These are like metal. I don't know if you can see them, but they're actually like metal. But I got them from Amazon. They look like this. Okay, and then they are the heat glue. So we use our little tool here to go ahead and apply those. This gets hot. If you guys haven't seen this one, but I think most of you have. This gets hot, and then of course you just kind of place it on the dot, and the glue from behind it kind of melts. You do have to be careful so you do not overheat and all the glue kind of spreads out all around. But anywho, so these are the green ones. Which color do you want to show next? Those, okay, so let's start with the blue. Yeah. Okay, so these are the blue, and again the same thing we did. The yellow was a little too bright for me, so we went ahead and kind of went over it with an ink pad, just slightly to distress it, to kind of kill that yellow because it was pretty bright. Let me show you the color again. We put them all in a folder. We kind of go through our scraps and we go through our papers, and we pick up things that we believe are going to go well and coordinate and we like to use together. And these are the ones that we chose, or I should say she chose, because she's the boss. And I just kind of help out. But so that's that one. And so again, the only thing that we did here for this element that was a little bit different was we used this punch right here. And it's just, let's see, an EK little punch. And so I punched out of gold paper those, and you can see the different combinations. One thing we made sure that we did, hang on baby, was we kind of changed the colors around, if you notice. So the wings and the actual little birds themselves, and again I distressed a little bit here, and you know, I did go around the edges, or you did, I should say.
Yeah.
Because those were the ones that you did. And so you see here a little bit of blue too, again trying to kill that or to dull that bright yellow a little bit. But you can see how cute they all turned out. And on some we did the you know, the little punch on the top, and some we did on the bottom, so we kind of alternated. But those are the blue ones, and those are the tools that we use for that one. So again, pretty simple. Then let's do the red, since we're here, right? This was the red and gray colors, and that was this set right here, right? And again, we just kind of went through our papers. Anything that I needed to thicken, I mounted onto white cardstock, just because some of these papers were very thin. And we kind of went through and gathered up our colors that we thought were going to work well. This one you like? Yeah, that's a cool one. And some we didn't even use, as you can tell. So, because that one, that's a full sheet. Or we might have used another, maybe we had two. But here's the end result. I'm holding them right. And for this one, we used a fleur de lis, and that is this little punch. That actually came from a set that you got for what? For Christmas? Was it for Christmas?
Mm.
You did that set.
No, we bought that on Amazon.
Oh, was it Amazon?
Yeah.
Okay. And that's what they look like. And again, we kind of played with the two colors, the dark and the, ooh, it's thundering outside. So if you hear thunder, that's Florida weather for you. Kind of played off on the different colors to make sure that, you know, they had two tones. And that's those. And let me show you the set. Here, honey, can you give me that set first so I can show them the set that we're talking about? They're like these really tiny punches. They're small, but there's a lot of them, and it comes with, am I holding that upside down? Probably. Let me go this way. You know, snowflakes, Christmas trees, airplanes, sailboats, stars, mustaches, paw prints, all kinds of stuff. And that's where we got that one from. And then the last one we have is this one right here. Oh, and I don't know what I did with the folder. Anywho, but you guys get the idea how we go through and gather up the papers. And these are her new favorite color, which is teal and peach, and then she went with silver as opposed to gold. And to do that, we just use this punch, which is really old. I got in a yard sale somewhere, and it's not the easiest one to punch out, so I have to do that for her, unfortunately, because that one is not easy. But you see the colors and the end product. Oh, don't shake the table, love. It's okay, just don't bump the table. And here's a darker orange and a lighter one, or I don't know, peach. And then some of these, we found this scrap piece of paper, which was so pretty because it had that. Oh, and this one's going the other way. Oh, look at that. Interesting. Did you punch some the other way?
You did.
I didn't do those.
You did.
I did? If you say so. I don't think so. I think you just passed a buck on that one. You're too funny. Okay, so you get the idea, and we did quite a few of them because they were so addictive. We just kind of kept going and going and going. But what I wanted to share with you guys is the fact that, you know, you don't need to have all the like fancy tools. You could definitely find a bird online. You know, they have plenty. If you just do a Google bird outline or simple drawing, you can just go ahead and create a template for yourself and cut out the birds. The rectangle, again, simple. You can do that with just scissors. The same thing with the square. instead of using, you know, any kind of a fancy marker, you can just do the edges with a pen and the beaks and stuff with just a plain Crayola marker. So, you know, you can definitely do this without having to have any kind of a fancy tool. Now, the neat thing is that, you know, what do we do with these? Well, the size that we made them specifically because number one, it's a nice size, as you can see, you know, in my hand, but it's not huge, but it's also not tiny. And the reason why we did that is because we can use these in so many things. You can use them in, of course, you know, a page. I mean, if you're, let's pull out that page, if you're scrapbooking and you have pictures and elements or whatever, you can always, you know, add those as embellishments. You can use them on tags, whether, you know, you're gonna go ahead and create, you know, a whole background and all kinds of stuff and use this as an element. You can use them on, you know, we just went ahead and made, what do you call it? A zine the other day, and the video is already loaded, of course, and you guys can go back and watch that if you missed it. But as you can tell, it fits, you know, because this would actually fit on an ATC. Let me see, do we have an ATC somewhere? Yes, we do. So if this was your ATC, you know, this could be one of the elements that goes on there. And the neat thing is, if it fits on an ATC, it'll fit on a zine, right? It'll fit on also the toilet paper or the paper towel books. And this one, again, this video is already on there as well. If you haven't seen it, you can go ahead and go back and watch that. But again, the same thing. If it fits on there, it'll fit here, and it'll fit anywhere on the inside as well. And then, of course, oh yeah, you're right. Thank you, Madison. It'll fit also in, you know, a mini file folder kind of thing. Oops, I just bent that tail. Sorry, poor birdie. I'll use this one, Princess. Like that, you know, so that's another good size. Oh, and a smaller tag, yes, thank you. Ooh, that actually looks really pretty. On a smaller tag too, and even on cards, you know. If you wanted to use it on a card, let's do it this way, you know. You could do that, or just by itself, that's fine too. So yeah, it does. So, you know, pocket journals, pockets, anything that, you know, that's just a really good size to go ahead and have. Now, one thing that we didn't do, and I told Madison that, you know, I wanted to wait, was we actually did not add any words. Number one, not sure we're going to be giving these away, gifting them, maybe selling them, maybe using them. We made quite a bit of them, as you can see. So one of the things that I said was, let's not put anything on them, because we could actually use, you know, words for whatever sentiment we want to go with, you know, whether it's fly, whether it's whatever. Even the black ones would look very nice on here too. So yeah, depending, oh, and especially with this, like, colors, oh, very nice. Or again, if you do not have them, no need to do that. You can also, you know, make some yourself, and that's what I do here. I actually make words for ourselves, or you can just, you know, use a scrap piece of paper from the same stuff that you're making, and, you know, create your own words and just write them with a piece of pen. A pen. And if you notice, see, once again, I don't throw them away. I keep them here, the little gold corners that you saw there. So I'll save these because they'll come in handy for something else. So I just wanted to share, you know, these adorable little birds with you guys, show you how we made them, show you ways that you can actually make them yourself, and give you some ideas. So I hope you have enjoyed that. I want to thank you once again, and please be sure to subscribe if you haven't hit the like button. Give us a thumbs up, and thank you once again. Good night. Say bye.
Bye.